taking too long to set up. Look.
I know. I'm always the one walking into the shop.
Always, because I'm ready and you're not. That's the difference.
We could cut that bit, but it just makes it look
Makes you look bad, makes me look prepared. Nah.
No, it just makes it look like I'm doing all the work.
True.
There we go.
Right, we're back again. It's a bit of a different one, but it's not. We're going to do a Q&A. Okay, I'll answer some of the questions as well. And these are questions that I've been asked and that we've had sent in. Some of them are basic questions, some of them are a little bit more in depth. But either way, we're going to answer them, no matter what. Some of the answers might be short but sweet. Some of them might be blunt.
Who knows?
Who knows? I'm just going to crack on.
Yeah,
You
let's
happy
go
with
for it. Yeah, straight in.
Okay. So, first question of the day is an easy one. Should I do cardio before I do my resistance training? I'm going to stop you right there, Nathan. No, in my opinion. Dependent.
I love how you're like, you don't even give me a chance. You're like, I'm going to just stop you right there.
No, but the thing is, it's hard because it's
what, cardio?
It depends on who wants it anyway. It depends on what you want to do and what your goal is. I personally would say no, because why would you use energy that you're coming fresh in that you might be able to perform better doing a lift than you are doing a run? Do you know what I mean? I want to look good. That doesn't mean I've got to go on a 2-3k run. Do you know what I mean? I want to maybe sculpt myself. I'm going to do the cardio first. I'm going to walk on the incline. It's fine. You can walk on the incline. Just do it after your workout. My opinion. Over you.
Yeah, I'd say if you're looking at building muscle or focusing on power, do it after your workout or on a separate day.
Exactly.
Next.
Sorry. Short but sweet. I like it. Does it matter what time of day I work out at?
Overall, I would say no, because it's better to work out than not work out. So work out when you can.
Yep, I agree.
However, I think if you're doing it really late at night, obviously when your heart rate's staying elevated, it's going to take a couple hours to get to resting heart rate for you to be neutral enough to fall asleep.
Yeah.
It could then be detrimental on your recovery.
Yeah, it could discombobulate your sleep as well a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
equally, if you're sacrificing sleep to get up at 4 a.m. when you've only had 4 or 5 hours sleep to go and do it, you might be better off just staying in bed, recovering a bit more.
Yeah.
Obviously, it depends what else you've done during the week. But I'd say no, overall, it's better to go to the gym than not go to the gym, or go for a run than not go for a run.
And that yeah, exactly. Oh, we're already on question 2. We're going to run out of questions. How do I measure my progression?
So there's more than one way to measure progression.
Many ways.
Yeah. Overall, like we've discussed previously, progression isn't always physical. It can be numerical. So looking at whether your strength is increasing, looking at whether your waist size is dropping. There's loads of different ways in which to measure progress.
I think other people as well. If I say to you, like, wow, your arms are looking bigger, and you think,
what, bigger than last week?
Oh, thank you. Do you know what I mean? But you might not notice that, because it's like what you said on the first podcast. It's like with your little girl, you're with yourself every day, so you're not necessarily going to see the changes. Whereas if I don't see you for a couple of weeks and there's a couple of changes, I'll be like, hello, Nathan.
Hang on, give me a chance. There we go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the difference. So I suppose measuring your progression it isn't always something you should focus on as well, to worry about having to measure. Yeah,
like we said as well, don't look at the bigger picture. Don't think, okay, I'm not shredded yet, I'm not progressing. Look at the smaller things. Look at, you're getting stronger, you're getting fitter. So there's more than one way to measure progress, but it's important that you do progress.
Spot on.
Next.
Sorry?
That's pressuring, you know. It's where you forget your passcode.
What? I've got Face ID. What are macronutrients?
Macronutrients. So
I think this is one of the most overcomplicated thing in the fitness industry, macronutrients.
Yeah.
And what they can necessarily do and what they provide.
So macronutrients are broken down into 3 segments that equate to your overall calorie consumption.
Which are carbs,
carbohydrates, protein, and fats.
Bosh, 3. Simple. Okay, and each of them are sources of energy as such. So 1 gram of carbs has
4 calories.
I'm keeping you on your toes.
Yeah,
I'll go and 1 gram of fats.
So I thought you were gonna answer it, but then you just left me hanging.
Well, guess what? You thought wrong.
Yeah.
So sorry. 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories.
It is.
1 gram of protein is 4 calories.
4 calories.
However, 1 gram of fat is
9 calories.
Exactly. And this is all energy. Okay? So the way we look at it is you're normally, on a standard diet, you're going to consume more carbs than anything else, followed by proteins, followed by fats. On a standard diet of, I don't know, 1,200 calories on average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good challenge for you. Go onto the bucket of a packet. The back of a food packet. Cover up the calories. Look at the fats. Times it by 9. Look at the carbs. Times it by 4. Look at the protein. Times it by 4. Add up those numbers. You should be pretty close to what is displaying on the packet. There might be some discrepancies. They might slide in the extra gram of sugar without you knowing.
Exactly, cheeky
but
bastards.
It should be pretty damn close.
The thing, there's another question that links to it, so I'll use it now. Is a lot of people say, like, in the first 2-3 weeks, I've lost 5 pounds. I think, well done.
In that voice as well.
I've cut out carbs.
Little Britain.
And I think, well done to begin with. But first of all, you cutting out carbs isn't not what's going to make you lose the weight necessarily. You're gonna have a lack of energy to begin with.
I'm gonna jump in there. So that demonizes carbs as well, because people think I need to cut out carbs. There's been so many campaigns against carbs and white and beige foods being bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to lose weight. You're cutting out a food group.
Well, like we said earlier, is one gram of carb can hold up to 4 grams of water. So if you're reducing that, I hate to break it to you, but you're going to lose a lot of water weight.
Yeah.
You might lose a little bit of fat, pound here maybe, but you're going to lose about 3-4 grams of 3-4 pounds worth
from
of
your
water
back pocket.
Weight. Yeah, innit? And that's the thing, but people don't realise that.
That wasn't a drug reference. We don't do that. No, we're not about that. Anyway, next.
We got... You totally fucked me up now. How much protein should I be consuming, linking back to the macros?
Yeah, so typically per pound of body weight that you weigh currently, so if you're 150 pounds,
it'd be 1 gram of protein you should consume.
Yeah, so about 150
grams of protein.
So that's like a very generic way.
Very generic. It's simple. There are more complex ways you can go for it, but once again, for the people who are just maybe starting and trying to focus on trying to hit something, it's as easy as that. Weigh yourself, and then you can compare it to that.
Yeah, between
and it's every 2 kilos would be a gram worth. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. There we go.
Just a rough guideline, by the way. There are studies to suggest you can consume less than that, but
we're going basic.
We're going very basic.
Very basic, nothing special.
Don't want to spend too long on these.
I'm lifting weights and not seeing results. Why?
Not lifting heavy enough.
So are we talking intensity, volume?
No, that was just a very blunt answer. So what are you doing? What's your training frequency? How often are you hitting each muscle group? Are you progressively overloading? So are you lifting more than you did last week? Are you doing more sets than you did last week? Are you doing more? Something has to be higher. Essentially, there's got to be an increase in something for you to be able to progress. If you're not seeing that you're building muscle, you're not seeing results in that format, it could be to do with your nutrition as well, because people often underestimate how much you need to eat. So you need to identify where your maintenance level of calories is. You can do that on Google. Literally just type in calorie calculator. You're going to get a few questions with regards to your height, weight, activity level, etc. It's going to give you a very basic guideline as to what your maintenance is, and then it may give you a suggestion of your surplus as well. So a surplus basically means that you need to be eating more than you're burning off.
If you are looking these kind of things up as well, and like how we're answering these questions, it is generic and simple. You can get these in depth, can't you?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You can come to us separately, and we
basic,
could do. Yeah, we're just doing it for. It's just a bog standard answer, easy to understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy with that?
You must be in a calorie surplus. You need to progressively overload. Something is not right if you're not building muscle.
Exactly. I hate this one. I hate it. You're gonna hate it as well. We got the same answer as well. Can I spot reduce fat?
So spot reduction basically means, can you select an area or specifically target an area of your body to lose fat from? So waist, legs, arms. No. Next.
Will I get a 6-pack from doing sit-ups?
No.
Why? I think, quick one as well. I feel like a massive misconception is with the sit-ups, working your abdominals, but we have this band of muscle around where people have the muffin top, transverse abdominis, you doing this movement there isn't working that anyway. It's no engagement, no nothing. That's why people struggle more so to do it. They think, I'm doing loads of sit-ups, but I've got no abs. Doesn't surprise me.
No.
Sadly. Not being horrible.
So why is that? Why do people think... I don't even know why people think that. I think sit-ups just used to be like a big thing.
It's abdominal propaganda.
It is. We go back to that word again, that propaganda.
Absolutely. And it's but that's been there for, well, since we've been born. Almost. Yeah. In the fitness industry, how to get abs is this way.
Yeah.
If the easiest way, we always hear it as well, to get abs, that they're made in the kitchen. And that doesn't mean you do sit-ups in your kitchen, does it? That means you be on a calorie deficit.
Sit-up. I just clicked there. Sit-up.
Leg raise whilst just doing a stew.
Yeah. Why not, mate?
It's the calorie deficit. It's losing that body fat that's surrounding the muscle that's already there.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You have to have a lower body fat percentage, and your 12% of body fat might look different to somebody else's 12% of body fat because of muscle to fat ratio as well. So I think it's also important to note that your abs are a muscle, therefore they do need to be trained and built in the appropriate way, just like any other muscle group.
Yeah, and it'd be harder for, like you said, some people to do fat displacement as well.
Yeah.
You could have shredded legs, but you could just be a bit porky here.
Yeah.
At 12%.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
So you need to be in a calorie deficit if you're looking to reduce that fat. You need to train your abs in a way of which they're going to grow efficiently. Doing sit-ups is fine, but it's not.
It's just learning to contract them in the right way.
You're going to engage your core a lot more efficiently if you do a single arm row.
Yeah.
Without a bench.
Yeah. Or even just squeezing that core under any resistant movement. Really bracing the belly button towards the spine and trying to squeeze like you're on a toilet. Unless I go to the toilet wrong. I'm going to move on. Do I need cardio to lose weight?
No.
Are you going to digress on that, or you're done?
So,
it's kind of what we've just spoken about, really, isn't it? In terms of the calorie deficit, that's how you essentially lose weight. You haven't even got to exercise. If you're eating on a calorie deficit,
two ways
you will lose weight. Full stop.
Yeah, so you can create a deficit through nutrition by reducing how much you intake.
Yeah.
Or you can create a deficit by exercise. So if you're eating at maintenance level and then you start to exercise, X amount of calories will be burned, therefore...
So having a higher energy expenditure to what you're eating.
People often get this idea that cardio is like the way forward, running on a treadmill, doing the elliptical, rowing machine. You're going to get an aerobic response from lifting weights as well if you do it properly. Yeah. So you're still going to be burning calories lifting weights, if not more than what you would just sitting on a rower for 10 minutes.
Spot on.
So no, you do not need to do cardio to lose body fat.
We had someone send this one in as well, which I think a lot of people have this problem, is I don't feel like I have enough energy to perform all my exercises throughout my workout. Why is this? I think I'll answer. I got this. Don't worry.
Hold my beer.
The thing is, if I like linking it to the car, you don't try driving your car with no petrol. Do you know what I mean? You think of your substance as petrol. It's energy. It's what helps us move. It's what helps us perform. If you're coming to the gym and you fasted, let's say like you don't eat till lunch and you're going to the gym at 12 o'clock, you are going to struggle because what's your body using? It hasn't got those carbohydrates to use off the bat. So it's going to struggle a little bit more. So you might end up losing energy. I've had a problem with a client she's really turned it around now, only because she's started just to consume a little bit more. It was getting to the point of where she was seeing stars when she was like getting up. She wasn't getting up quickly. She just had no energy in her body to perform. And since she's started eating a balanced diet consistently, energy's increased, power's increased, and performance has increased. That would be my assumption of why maybe you might not have enough energy.
Yeah.
Would there any other reason at all?
I think you covered that one pretty nicely.
Or maybe rest and recovery as well. Not getting enough.
Yeah. Obviously, we could divert off topic there and go into something else, but
we need to behave ourselves.
We need to be out. Yeah, we got to be careful today, aren't we?
Do I need to join a gym to get into shape?
No, you don't. However, I think the gym has more to offer.
it's like what you said. It's the environment of it as well helps.
It's the environmental change. Again, we kind of briefly touched on that last time. I think environment plays a big part, because if you're surrounded by other people that have the same aspiration as you to better themselves, whether that's building muscle, losing body fat, getting fitter, whatever it is, if you're surrounded by other people similar to yourself, you're just going to perform better, and you're there for a purpose. You know, you go to the gym to work out. You're there to do that, and then you come away from it.
Yeah.
If you work out at home, that's fine. Obviously, there are ways to do it. You are firstly limited on equipment. You're not going to have the same kind of structure, but it's much easier to get distracted as well. You're not going to be necessarily so committed to that. So I think going to the gym is going to be the better approach for most people.
Spot on. Good man. This is actually the last question, so just a quick one. Thank you for sending the questions in. Send more in as well, so we can do more of these kind of things, because I think it's quite a nice way to interact with everyone.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously we're engaging with you directly.
Exactly. But you ready for the last one?
Yeah, go on.
Nice and easy. How long should I rest for between sets to make my exercise optimal?
Yeah, so there are loads of different ways to approach this. Obviously, if you're looking to develop your 1 rep max of an exercise, let's just say a deadlift, you're looking purely to execute more strength, then you're going to need more than a minute. You're probably going to need 3 to 6 minutes rest. People think, 6 minutes
sounds long, doesn't it?
It is a long time, like sitting around for 6 minutes.
But what they need to understand, I think, is that that's the training type that you're approaching.
Yeah.
The rest, like you're going to explain in a minute, will vary per training type and per person as well.
Yeah, so for that specifically, if you're looking for that 1 rep max, obviously you're using, within the first 10 seconds, you're using ATP, which you're familiar with.
It's a tough one. Adenosine
triphosphate.
Yeah,
so,
you say that 5 times really fast.
Oh, mate, couldn't even say it once. So your ATP system essentially is engaged within like the first 10 seconds of an anaerobic form of exercise, such as like a full out sprint or a full out lift. It takes 3 to 5 minutes to allow your body to recover and regenerate. So you're not going to be able to perform as efficiently until that system is back in place. If you are looking to build muscle, I really think 60 to 90 seconds is optimal. Sometimes even less. It depends as well if you are supersetting. So if you're going from one exercise to the next because you're short on time, like if you're doing a chest exercise and then a back exercise, I'd say do those 2 together, then have your rest. If you're cut to half an hour, 60 to 90 seconds. If you're looking to still lift weights but have more of a some kind of circuit-based training format, or to get more of a cardio response from your weights, then I'd do maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So, although they're just general guidelines, I like to say as well, just go by how you feel, because I've been doing that like the last couple of years, is like, just don't be too focused on the clocks. I do see people literally sitting there and they're like this.
Well, we'll have different recovery rates.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, give it a bit of time and think, okay, I'm ready for the next set now.
Spot on. So I think these kind of things we should do more of.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a nice, easy breakdown. If you guys are wondering where people have sent the questions in, if you just go on Instagram, Fit for Discussion, or you can leave a comment on YouTube, we're going to interact with everyone. That's the plan. That's what we're going to try and do. So please send more questions in, and if you do, we could try and put these out fortnightly, weekly, depending on the response we get.
Yeah, keep them coming, because obviously we want to ensure that we are helping you guys out as well. Although we're trying to keep these very prompt and
short but sweet,
straight to the point. That's really our aim with a lot of these as well, because it's so easy to go off tangent and spend 40 minutes talking about ATP or carbs or anything like that.
But for today, that's us done.
That is it.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Spot on.
And we will look forward to making the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon.